What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure in 1994 here, and today is Thursday, August 31st, 2023, and I have a tropical update to show you guys. So, we have multiple systems in the Atlantic right now. We have still Hurricane Franklin, which just passed Bermuda Wednesday, and we have Idalia as a post-tropical now after escaping the East Coast and after bringing all that flooding and heavy winds to the southeast. They said it could come back into a tropical storm pretty soon. That's why tropical storm watches or warnings are out for Bermuda again. So Bermuda could be looking at a double whammy for the hurricanes. And we have Tropical Storm Jose and another disturbance extremely close to it with a medium chance of forming. And we have a disturbance with a high confidence of forming. So we have Tropical Storm Jose moving faster towards the north. Still expected to be absorbed by Franklin on Friday. Franklin is expected to become a strong extratropical cyclone by Friday night. Idalia is pulling away from North Carolina, expected to affect Bermuda this weekend. So yeah, Bermuda is seeing a double whammy hit from these storms as far as the tropics are concerned. Let's look at Idalia, because this is the big one right here. Idalia just impacted the southeast. So this thing is getting away from the eastern seaboard, and it's expected to cross past Bermuda very closely, back into a regular tropical storm. And it has maximum sustained winds of 65 miles an hour, and that's a pretty powerful tropical storm. This is almost at hurricane strength. So this is a very serious situation right here. And this is exactly why a tropical storm watch is in place for Bermuda. So Bermuda is seeing two tropical systems this week. Franklin just passed by, and now it's Idalia's turn. It's expected to move up north, and what's so concerning about this is that this thing could either shift west and affect the northeast, or shoot up north and then affect the land of Canada. Yeah, so once again, Bermuda is expected to see tropical storm force winds pretty soon. And this is like in the middle of the path Franklin's in, and Jose. So let's see Franklin now. So Franklin is back at a high-end Cat 1 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 90 miles an hour, and it just left Bermuda yesterday. And it's continuing to move out to sea, and it's expected to become a post-tropical, a hurricane force post-tropical pretty soon. It's expected to become a strong post-tropical. You see the H right there in white? That means it's going to be a post-tropical with hurricane force winds in the system. And then become a tropical storm force remnant system. Yeah, I think this has to do with it absorbing Jose, which is really, really concerning, because if this storm takes in Jose, it could become something even bigger. And there's also another disturbance over there too. So this thing could be like 3 times bigger than what it really is. So we really have to keep our eye on this. Even though it looks like it's not affecting anyone, it still looks pretty concerning. If this thing eats up the 2 storms, it could become something really big. I mean, look at what happened with Hurricane Sandy when it impacted the Northeast. there was like this upcoming coastal storm that was about to affect us, and then Sandy absorbed it, and both of the storms like got wrapped up into each other, and then it became this huge monster remnant with hurricane force winds at Cat 2 status, and then it like shifted west and affected the whole Northeast. So yeah, this could happen to Franklin. I'm not saying it's hitting the Northeast at all. This thing is going totally far away from us, but it could become something pretty huge in the open water. So we have to keep our eye on this thing. Because when Sandy took place, a nor'easter absorbed the hurricane. It becomes something very disastrous. But don't worry, Franklin is like no threat to the East Coast, except the fact that there's a lot of rip currents happening right now, and there's been a lot of flooding lately. I've been watching Pine Power LI's latest video the other day, and he was at Jones Beach, and almost the whole beach got flooded from the rip currents coming from Franklin. Yeah, there were rip currents coming from Franklin, which was currently flooding Jones Beach. Jones Beach has been getting pounded by the floods from Franklin due to all those rip currents. Yeah, rip currents are no joke, guys. You gotta take them seriously. So yeah, this showed you how powerful Franklin truly is. And I think the rip current situation is just going to get much worse on the eastern seaboard because now we have Idalia moving out to sea. And we could have a lot of high surf warnings and stuff. And a lot more flooding on the south shore of Long Island. This is very serious, guys. And now we have Tropical Storm Jose. It was expected to become it was expected to stay as a depression, but then all of a sudden they detected 40-mile-an-hour winds in it, and then it became Tropical Storm Jose. And we thought this thing was going to be short-lived, but boy was I wrong. It's expected to stay as a tropical storm now because it's now expected to be absorbed by Franklin, and it will probably become something bigger. It still has 40-mile-an-hour winds in it. If you go to 7 days, this is actually remnants of GERT, actually. Disturbance 2, it has a 40% chance in 2 days and 5 days, so the chance is medium, but this thing could interact with Jose and then get absorbed by Franklin, making Franklin a bigger system. And Disturbance 1 has a 90% chance in 2 days and 7 days, so this definitely looks likely to become something, but it doesn't look like it's going to affect the Eastern Seaboard or the Caribbean. It's probably going to stay out in the Atlantic. And we have Disturbance 3 with a 30% chance in 7 days. So yeah, the Atlantic is really heating up, guys. September's coming in, and we're going to be seeing a lot more hurricanes pretty soon. And now in the Pacific, in 7 days, we have another disturbance. So yeah, hurricane season's really ramping up. Before I wrap up this video, I want to show you all the outages that have been happening. Oh good, at least Florida and Georgia and the Carolinas are working on their power outages, restoring power to a lot of people. Yesterday this was all covered in red. So yeah, it looks like the power's coming back on after Idalia struck them all. it was nothing. It wasn't. It was not as bad as what we saw in Ian and Irma. The power is really coming back. Georgia and Florida still have the most amount of outages, but it's really being worked on to coming back. And I don't know what Alaska is going through, but this is much more important right here. California still deals with power problems too, but at least they fixed a lot of their outages from Hurricane Hilary about like almost 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we have a lot of tropical activity happening now that December is coming in. And I guess that's it. Bye.